All right. Today I'm going to be going over some of the retest questions that I thought were the hardest. All right, let's get into it. The first one that uh really seemed hard to me because most of the questions on the retest are the basic trig integrals like the integral of secant squared, which is just tangent, right? But the first one that really stuck to me that was difficult was, hold on, I don't have my little drawing tool. This right here. Now, of course, it's going to have limits, but I don't remember the limits, so we're just going to go off like this, right? We're just going to solve for the equation, and then whatever limits are placed in the question, you can just place them, right? No big deal. The first thing I want to do is take this 2 out, right? So we're going to have 1/2 integral of 2 plus x all over root of x dx. Now, from here, we're going to separate this integral. So we have two separate integrals because these two things we can split under this common fraction. So we'll have, this is going to be the integral of 2 over root of x and plus, I forgot the dx right there. And then this will just be x over root x dx. Now this will just evaluate to x root of x, because when you have these both, this has an exponent of 1 and this has an exponent of 1/2, and when you're dividing them, the exponents subtract, so you're subtracting the 1/2 and that becomes just root. Or you're dividing the x's, and this is what happens to the powers. All right, if it were if we're being divided by a negative power, that's when it would be additive. But because this is just a regular power and it's being divided, it's subtracting. It only subtracts once. Because if we were to set it up like a multiplication problem, right? Wait, let me... These powers would add up, and therefore, thus, that's how that works. All right. And over here on this side, what we're going to want to do on this side is take out that 2, and that just becomes 1. So for over here, we just have the integral of x to the negative 1/2 and dx. And on the other side, we have 1/2 integral of x to the 1/2, right? dx. All right. So we can integrate these two things. It's not too difficult to integrate these two things. I just don't know what I was thinking while I was doing the retest. When you integrate these two things, for this side, we get 2x, and that would be 1/2. And on this side, we get that becomes 3/2, 2/3 times 1/2, remember, and then that becomes 3/2. All right. And then don't forget about plus c. Now there's a simpler way to write it than this, but you can take out the a root x and simplify it further, but I feel like this is simplified enough. So you have this right here, plus c, but obviously you're going to have limits of integration. I don't remember them. That's just one of the questions. Now the next question that we're going to work out. Hold on. Bad handwriting. Is this question right here. Now, the first thing you think when you see a problem like this, whenever you usually see like x to the ex, you think, oh, we're going to do integration. We're going to do integration by parts, correct? Well, on this one, we're not going to do integration by parts. We're going to do it because we have that x squared on top and we have an x here. That right there acts as the derivative of this. So therefore, we're going to do u substitution on this little piece right here. So we're going to have... So our u, in this case, is going to be 2x squared du is equal to 4x dx, right? And since we have an x right there, take out the 4, and we're left with, if we rewrite the integral, we're left with e to the u, and then we put the 1/4 out here because we got it from right here, du, and the integral of e to the u is just e to the u. So when you rewrite it, and this will also have limits of integration. If I remember correctly, it's the ln of 4 and the ln of 3 root ln. So we're left with 1/4 e to the 2x squared, and then plus c, and then you just plug in your limits of integration. And I believe if you really want to try this out yourself, the answer should work out to be something like 7/4, I think, or like 7/3, something like that. I don't remember precisely, but that should be it. This is just everything for the retest, the 2 hardest questions. Everything else is just a basic integral. It should be doable. Peace out.